there's no talking in court. Actually, the two of you can go step outside. I've already said that to you once. You can go step outside. Yes, the two of you. We're recalling the matter of the city of Riverview versus Vanessa Bell, 193244.
Attorney Corey Westmoreland, appearing on behalf of Ms. Bell. Ms. Bell, would you please state your name for the record?
Vanessa Bell, and I'm sorry about that, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay, well, Ms. Bell, I did say twice to stop talking.
My mom's going to death and she didn't hear you the first time and I was telling her to stop talking the second time.
Well, the next time, just go out in the lobby to do that,
Yes,
right?
I
So it's not
apologize.
interrupting proceedings. All right, and so today's the date scheduled for the adjourned pretrial on this matter.
Yes, Your Honor, and at this time, Ms. Bell would be asking for a brief adjournment so she can consult with her own attorney at this time.
Well, ma'am. Okay. This matter has been pending since 2019. You had failed to appear. You ended up in custody in the Wyandotte Police Department on June 7th. At that time, we entered an adjourned date of June 10th for the pretrial. Then we adjourned it for discovery purposes till July 15th. You didn't show up on Monday, and now you're here today. So, my question is this. Not only has this been pending since 2019, but now you were in custody and arraigned on June 7th. What steps have you taken to consult with your own attorney? Because now we're 7 weeks in.
I have no idea of the 2019 thing. I was not in the car. I did not tell them that I was my sister.
Don't talk about the case. Anything you say.
My question is this. Since June 7th, what steps have you taken to consult with your own attorney? Because this is now the third time that you're here. You didn't show up last week. This is the third time you're here, and now you want a new court date to consult with an attorney. What steps have you taken since June 7th to consult with your own attorney?
I wasn't aware I needed one until today.
What?
I wasn't aware I needed to consult with a new attorney until today.
Well, why do you need to consult with a new attorney?
Ms. Bell and I are not on the same page. I wasn't even aware that I had her case. It was added to the docket sometime late last week when I was here last week to prep. It was not on the docket.
Well, how did it get on the docket? Because you failed to appear on July 15th.
That I could not tell you, Judge.
Did you email into the court at some point, or how did that happen?
I came into the court the next day, and I thought my court date was on the 25th. And when I came in, they had asked me if I had come in yesterday, and I said, no, I didn't come in, and I had the dates mixed up, so they set me up with a new court date when I came in.
Do you also have a pending state matter? Do you have a pending felony at all?
No,
Okay, so I don't know why it would have been the 25th.
no.
Ma'am, I'm going to give you a very short adjournment because this has now been the third time you've been in court, and this will be the second adjournment. So you have until August 5th. That's Monday, August 5th. Ma'am, if you were to test today, what's in your system?
Nothing.
Bond and conditions are continued.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Go!
Will you hand me my screen box? Now go. Freak.
David Rudolph, 23530.
Right here. Good morning, Your Honor. Neil DeBlois here on behalf of David Rudolph, who stands to my right. Mr. Rudolph, would you please state your name for the record?
David Rudolph.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Today is the date scheduled for the jail review. Mr. Rudolph has been here on a number of occasions. The most recent is on March 14th. Mr. Rudolph's probation was revoked and he was sentenced to 5 days jail and also 60 days jail suspended with this review. That was based upon a probation violation. And this is the second review.
Yes, Your Honor. It appears from the report that I have from the probation officer in this case that Mr. Rudolph has completed his obligations to this court. There was a matter of failure to make some payments. That's been corrected. Although there's apparently some additional activity out of Monroe Court, it is the recommendation of the probation department that the suspended jail sentence be canceled and that this case be closed out. And I think that's the appropriate course in the interests of this agreement.
Well, in all frankness, this recommendation was completed prior to Mr. Rudolph's continued emails and voicemails while Ms. Shaw was out of the office towards the end of last week. One of the conditions back in January, this court ordered that any inappropriate comments with staff would result in violation. I heard the voicemails.
Your Honor, all I wanted was an answer. No one answers the phone around here.
Sir, that's not true. I saw the emails back and forth between you and Ms. Shaw. You had a conversation where she told you that she spoke to myself and that I stated you had to be in person. Her voicemail recording stated she would be out of the office. Her email stated she would be out of the office. So when you send an email, it bounced back with the notice. Well, the reply that you would have received was the automatic out of office reply.
I never received one.
Her voicemail recording stated she would be out of the office. And she certainly isn't in the office on Saturdays. The messages you left, sir, were wholly inappropriate. Wholly inappropriate. And I've stated that before. You don't get to call up here, yell and scream at my staff, and make threats. You don't get to call the Wyandotte Police Department, yelling and screaming and making threats to them either, sir. That's not how it works. That's not how it works.
Your Honor, I didn't threaten anyone. I may have made inappropriate comments, but I didn't threaten anyone.
What are the new charges in Monroe?
I don't know, they're actually closed out. I've done my community service, and all I have to do is make restitution and I'm done.
Well, let's just use the telecommunication service.
That was one of them, yes.
Okay. Were you intoxicated when that happened or no?
No.
Been assaulting, resisting, obstructing an officer?
Yeah, 6 officers pulled me out of my front door and I was tased twice for doing nothing.
Well, was that as a result of your phone communications?
I have no idea. More than likely.
Sir, I understand that you served our country and that we are grateful for that. I also understand, sir, that you've had some other challenges along the way and that there have been services that have been offered to you that you either have not utilized or didn't work out or whatnot. But sir, the current manner in which business is being conducted by you is not working very well.
Can I address the service issue? They fail to keep appointments. They don't return phone calls either. I basically raised my hands and gave up with them, and I have an appointment on August 2nd with the new consul service in Monroe. I took it upon myself. I was there every time I was supposed to be, bleeding my heart out to this individual, and he couldn't take the time enough to keep an appointment or call me back. And that's the whole reason why that happened.
And I can certainly understand your frustration, sir. And I can understand your frustration when you call here and you say that you don't get a response. But I've also told you many times, and I know Ms. Shaw has told you, and even Ms. Shine, while Ms. Shaw wasn't here, is that email is the best way to communicate because you get a response. We are very short-staffed. There are a lot more people calling in than we have people that can answer the phones. Oftentimes, the easiest way or the most efficient way to communicate is via email. Counsel, this court stated that any inappropriate comments were going to result in a violation. The comments that were, the voicemails that were left, from Ms. Shaw, the last two, would go against that order. Why should this court not send your client to jail?
Well, I think the court is well aware of Mr. Rudolph's history. He suffers cognitive issues. He obviously has impulse control. He's apologized to the court, I believe. He acknowledges this inappropriate behavior. I don't know that he is in full control of those issues. I think he understands this is wrong. He's going to counseling. He's expressed his issues with his current counselor and has taken steps to obtain other counseling services, which we hope will help him to manage these. These are symptoms of a deeper problem. Okay, he's not a bad guy. These are symptoms of a problem that he's been wrestling with for years now. So we ask the court to show some leniency here and close out this case.
This court has shown quite a bit of leniency with Mr. Rudolph. I understand Mr. Rudolph may not think so because of the nature of his charge and the fact that he's had to continue to come back and forth to court. But there have been violations. That is why he had to continue to come back to court, sir. When is your appointment, sir?
August 2nd, Friday.
That's next Friday.
Yes.
All right, here's what the court's going to do. Based upon the violation of this court's order, the court's going to order 10 days jail, then we're going to close this matter out. So then the balance of the 50 days then will be canceled. Anything else?
Nothing further.
Okay, thank you. You're going to go with the officers today. Good luck to you, sir.
What they were transferring, Brett?
24R 359-154 A and B. All right, and so today's the date scheduled for your matter. You received a citation June 16th at 4:31 in the morning for prohibited conduct in a curfew violation, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you spoke to your prosecuting attorney today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And the prosecuting attorney is recommending to dismiss the prohibited conduct, and you're going to be pleading responsible to the curfew violation.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry?
I said yes, ma'am.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And, sir, as to the charge of curfew violation, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
And, sir, what is it you did that would render you responsible for curfew violation?
I was out past my curfew.
Okay, and so what is your curfew?
I'm pretty sure it was 12 a.m.
Okay, and what time did you have police contact?
4 a.m.
All right, and so the court does find the plea as knowing, voluntary, and factually accurate. And yes, the sentencing, sir, what was it that you were doing it for 4:30 in the morning?
We was walking back from Zorba's coming around.
I'm sorry?
We had went up to Zorba's and got some breakfast, and we was walking back, and that's when I stopped us,
What time did you exhort us?
like 3 something. It's 24 hours.
I'm aware of that, sir. But you're going for breakfast at 3 something in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
I'm sorry?
I said I know.
Well, you don't even live in the area, right? You live in Lincoln Park?
I live in Westland, but I was at my friend's house,
Who's your friend?
Sophia. It was me and my cousin walking to Zorba's.
And so where does your friend live? What city? I mean, what street?
I'm not sure what street it was. Can't remember right now. But it was there.
And, June 14th, June 16th, what was the weather like, sir?
It was nice out.
So why would the police have recovered a ski mask?
Well, I wear like a hat. I had it on like a hat.
And who's your friend?
Mateo.
Mateo, age 14,
It was my little cousin.
your little cousin. And so he lives in Riverview?
Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park. So how'd the two of you end up over in Riverview?
We were staying at their friend's house.
Whose friend? What friend? What's the friend's name?
Sophia.
Sophia. And you don't know where Sophia lives?
No, I can't remember the name of the
But you
street.
were walking back from the Coney Island
Uh,
at 4:30 in the morning.
yeah, we had the address on the phone.
And so you left Sophia's house at 3 something to go to breakfast.
Yeah.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. Hey, did you graduate high school?
No.
Are you set to graduate this coming year?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and so how are your grades?
They're good.
What does good mean to you?
They like range from A to D's.
And do you work, sir?
Not at the moment.
Why not?
I had a job at McDonald's, but then I had moved out to Taylor. So I stopped working there, and now I'm about to get a job at this company called B.
I thought you lived in Westland.
Huh?
Huh?
Oh,
I'm not one of your friends, sir. That's not how you address the court.
I'm sorry.
I thought you lived in Westland.
Yeah, I'm with my mother, but I had moved out to Taylor for a little bit, and I stopped working at McDonald's in Westland.
Sir, it doesn't appear as though you're going down a great path right now with some of your choices. Being out with a group of people, the police were called because it's alleged that people were going through cars, pulling on cars, taking items out of cars.
Yeah, there was none of that going on.
Well, sir, that doesn't appear to be the case. But the prosecutors dismissed the prohibited conduct. If you were to test today, sir, what's in your system?
Nothing.
No alcohol, no marijuana, nothing?
No, ma'am.
All right. And the court's going to order, sir, a $100 fine. Are you able to pay that today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Just have a seat out in the lobby. Somebody will be with you shortly. Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. 24R359156A, B, and C. Well, hello, Skylar. It's been a while since we've seen you.
Yeah.
Your name for the record, please.
Skylar?
Okay, and that's yes, because I'm not one of your friends that you're hanging out with at 4:30 in the morning. All right. So you are here because you received a citation for minor possession, curfew violation, and prohibited conduct.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you spoke with the prosecuting attorney? Yes? Okay, you know right now, you can't just say, you have to verbalize your words. And for some reason, the prosecutor is dismissing the curfew and the prohibited conduct violation, you're pleading to the minor possession.
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and, so you understand that you have the right to have a hearing in this matter, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And as to the minor possession charge, how do you plead, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
You understand the possible penalty as a result of your plea, correct?
No.
No. There could be a fine, I could sentence you to a program, I could have you write a paper, any combination of all that, or one or none.
I'm fine.
No, I
Oh,
know that that's what you would prefer, but I'm asking if you understand all the
Yeah,
possible
yes,
penalty. Okay. And knowing all that, you want to continue with your plea.
yes.
Okay, so tell me what it is that you're responsible for minor possession from June 16th.
I was drinking underage. walking around past Curfew,
Right? What were you drinking?
alcohol.
Well, I'm aware of that. Specifically.
Oh, what kind?
Yes.
I can't recall from that night. But I'm almost positive it was Hennessy.
And so, what were you doing walking around?
I was going to Speedway just to get some snacks.
Huh. And so who were you with?
I was with Gabriel. But I don't know if he's here today.
Okay, and so do you know, Devin?
I met him today in the court, like the waiting room, yes.
He wasn't with you that night?
No, but I was with Gabe.
Well, that's interesting how you all ended up together in the same area. How did that happen?
I'm not sure.
Do you recall meeting up with a group of people?
We were in a group for a minute, but then we split up because I just wanted to go to Speedway and I wasn't trying to be with all of them.
Okay, and so your friend Gabriel, how are the two of you together at 4:30 in the morning?
We were at a friend's house and then we went to go get snacks.
And who's the friend? And so your mom knew you were at Ainsley's.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did she know Gabriel was also at Ainsley's?
No.
No. And so you were at Ainsley's and then you left in
Yes.
the middle of the night. Did Ainsley's mom know you were leaving?
No.
No. Was Gabriel at the house with you?
Yes.
So Gabriel was at Ainsley's house with you?
Yes.
Did Ainsley's mom know that Gabriel was at the house with you?
Yes, but she didn't know his age.
Okay. And I don't know if the age is necessarily a determining factor, just given the fact that, anyway. And so you decided to leave and go to Speedway. And what were you going to do at Speedway?
We get food.
Get food. Yet you didn't have any money on you. So how were you going to get food if you didn't have any money on you?
We gave with Brian.
Oh. I feel like we've kind of been down this road with you before, have we not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, so why can't you figure it out and get it together?
I'm not sure.
No, don't tell me you're not sure. And who's here with you today?
My mother and my father.
Okay, you can both come up.
Maria McClear, or Carrie.
Okay, and ma'am, what would you like to know?
The day she got, I understand, she's minor, but absolutely, she's wrong. In Curfew, she's wrong. Her father passed away in March. It was her first Father's Day without him. She was at a friend's house. She chose wrong. That's all. She's been great. Since all this stuff has happened, she doesn't hang out with anybody wrong. She doesn't talk to Alyssa. She doesn't do anything like that. She stays out of trouble. She works. She goes to school. She does everything she's supposed to. It was just a bad night. And she's been good. And I've stayed on her to be good. It was just a stupid decision and a really stupid night.
Well, Skylar, I can understand the first without your dad is tough. However, Mom, I know we've been down this road before with Skylar dating much older boys.
Doesn't give that man an excuse to be with her. She's 17, he's 21. He's still wrong. She's a child. She was 16 at the time.
Yeah, she just
turned 17 or 19.
Back in 19.
I understand that, I'm saying that that's a concern.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying like he had an excuse, like she had an excuse because he was older. I'm sorry, I misunderstood that.
But
That she was wrong because
there was
she
no
dated.
relationship with Gabe.
I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Well, I guess, why are you hanging out with 21-year-olds?
I could not tell you.
No, you sure can, because you make the choice. You make the choice to have a conversation with somebody. You make the choice to hang out with them. Your mom didn't even know he was at Ainsley's house.
Right.
So you made the choice. So you can't say, I couldn't tell you. You can tell me, so you're going to tell me.
He was just part of the friend group, so we started all hanging out together. He was in a friend group before he joined like our friend group. There's 2 friend groups at different times and we became one whole big friend group.
Right, but that doesn't mean that, you know, you hang out with a 21-year-old, you're 16 years old, well, 17 now.
Right.
Your mom doesn't even know you're hanging out with them, clearly, because you were at someone else's house. And there's something else going on that night. You wanna know why I know that? Because Gabe said you guys were going to Zorba's. You told the officers you're going to Speedway. Neither one of you had any money. Neither one of you had any money. So there was a big group of people, caught the attention of somebody because people were pulling on cars. People had items missing out of cars. There were many ring cameras that were reviewed. And so the investigation is still ongoing. And yes, you haven't been back in front of this court because of issues at school, so that's good. But the choices that you're making, hanging out with people that are much older than you, being out at 4:30 in the morning, which I'm going to presume Ainsley's mom didn't know that, did she?
No, she didn't.
No. So not only are you lying to your mom, you all lied to Ainsley's mom. Ainsley's mom allowed you to stay the night. So you're under her parameters, let's just say, right? So she's responsible for you. And then you all sneak out. Did Ainsley sneak out?
No.
No. So you used Ainsley so that you could hang out with Gabriel, and then you guys snuck out. That seems to be what happened. Sound about right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah. I may be older than you, but I wasn't just plopped right down here on the planet as a judge. So, you need to stop with your behavior. You need to stop with your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor.
Where are you working? And how'd you end up with the school year?
Asher, with good grades, I was passing all my classes with A's and B's and going every day.
Very good, very good. All right, so if you were to test right now, what is in your system?
Marijuana,
And so, when did you use marijuana?
last week, we went to a party. It was a little grad party for our friends.
So you're caught with being out past curfew with a boy at somebody else's house. The boy's 21 and you're still allowed to go to parties?
No, it was for my friend. It was like somebody I had went to school with. It wasn't like a big party. It was like a little family get together thing.
I'm sorry, what?
It was a family get together, it wasn't a party, it was a family.
It was a party.
Well, where she goes to hang out with her friends, it wasn't like that, she didn't go leave and go hang out with her friends, it was.
So you were there? Mom, you were there?
Yeah, I've been at parties with her, yeah. Family get togethers, yeah.
And so this family get together that you said was for a friend.
Well, it's a friend of the family, I'm sorry, friend of the family, no, that's my phrasing wrong, it's a friend of the family. It's a friend of the family, everybody in our family, we don't have family.
Okay, but my point is this, she's sneaking out with a 21-year-old at somebody else's house.
Yes.
That you were unaware of that she was sneaking out with, and then she's still allowed to go to parties.
She's allowed to come with me, yes.
Okay, well, apparently she has to sit right by you the whole time because
Yeah,
she's using
she
marijuana.
hasn't left my house, she hasn't left the house since all this happened or anything, she's been by my side.
Well, she was still able to use marijuana last week.
That's
at
gotta
parties.
be, that's anything she could have got from anybody, Your Honor.
I know.
I know.
My point is this. My point is, even though you're with her, she's still sneaking around and figuring out how to do things.
She's going through stuff, right? Her dad just died.
Yeah, I understand that. Is she in therapy?
No, I don't have a way to, we just got her insurance approved last week. I didn't have insurance for her. I haven't had nothing. Her dad died, they canceled everything.
Okay. So now that last week, now that the insurance is in place,
Yes, she'll be at guidance center. She has Blue Cross Blue Shield.
okay, have you called to set up an appointment yet?
No,
Okay, because the behavior that she's exhibiting, the path she's going down, is not going to end up well for her. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you participate in the Downriver Rescue Mission Ministry Program, okay? There'll be some additional resources for you to use. You're going to have random testing to do and things of that nature, okay? I understand you're going through some stuff. This is not the way for that to occur.
she was the only one breathalyzed. Can you tell me why that also? There was 4 kids out with all of them. She was the only one breathalyzed.
No, I wasn't there at the scene. That would be a question for the police officers. I can't answer that. I can't answer that. Are you, we're not done yet. It's possible the other ones refuse. I have no idea.
So she gets all the punishment of all of them?
Ma'am,
That's not.
ma'am, she's not getting all the punishment of all of them. She's had 2 of the 3 matters dismissed. She had 2 of the 3 dismissed. She's not getting the punishment of all of them. I'm only talking to her. What other people did, that's what other people did. I'm only talking to her.
She's telling the truth. Everybody else, they didn't go to school. They were going to speed, but I just thought.
Ma'am, listen.
I'm sorry.
They all lied. They all lied about what they were doing. She lied to you about who was gonna be at Ainsley. She snuck out of Ainsley's house.
I know that. And she.
So, ma'am, what I'm doing is I'm having her participate in a program that's going to help her and support her. Okay? I understand that she's going through a rough time right now, but that's not a reason for her to have a pass. I'm going to have her participate in a program. She's not going to be inpatient anywhere. She's going to participate in a program that she's free to come and go. She'll meet with Billy, is her name, and she'll have the set time to meet, right? Some will be individual, some will be group, right? And she'll have additional support. And she'll be going to counseling, so she can work on that. And there's also another program you might want to look into for, I think it's called Sandcastles. That's for children who've lost parents.
Okay. Yes, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to have you, I'm not going to actually put forth the sentencing. I'm going to have you participate in that program, and then we'll come back for the sentencing date, for the sentencing, okay?
Okay, yeah.
All right. And so we'll do that on, let's see, let's do this,
We'll be out of town from September 7th till September 20th.
September 7th to September 20th?
Yes.
What about school?
We're going to Florida from September 7th till September 20th. We have had it planned for 6 months.
Yeah, I heard you. My question was what about the school?
Late. They'll start school late this year.
When does school begin?
September 4th. September 4th, they'll do 3 days and then we're leaving for 2 weeks.
We'll, set this for October 8th at, what time do you get out of school?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock? Okay, we can do this for 3:15. Well, we'll do it for 3:30, okay?
Okay.
That way you don't have to miss any more school. Okay, and so I'm going to have you have a seat over on probation so that you can meet with Ms. Shine and she'll give you the information regarding this program. Okay? All right, good luck to you with school this year. You're going to be a senior?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. All right, thank you.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
You have got to be kidding me. What? What is going on today? This is a joke. Today is an absolute joke. We need an interpreter.
I need an interpreter when I cannot express myself sometimes.
Oh my God, sir, put that cigarette out. I don't give a crap that you are outside of this. What is wrong with everybody today? You know what, Miss Green, we're going to start bringing people in for He's going to learn how to act in a courtroom.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, out of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs a drink.